Alright, so before I start this video, I just want to tell everyone who has kind of been here from the start, but also been watching me from, or who just got here and stuff like that, and who's seen my very ups and down videos and stuff like that, which I'm pretty sure I took off of my YouTube channel since I didn't want those things to be on there anymore, obviously. Um, apologize, I'm like very tired. I'm had a long day. I feel like Captain America as soon as he got out of the pool. But yeah, I just really wanted to say thank you guys to everyone who has supported my YouTube and has stayed around. Kind of, not even kind of, just basically like motivated me to keep making videos and stuff like that because for the most part, at first I had a feeling that I just wouldn't reach 1,000 subscribers because it's not like I'm not making music. I'm not singing, and I'm definitely not doing a lot of things that people would consider, you know, talent and stuff like that. But regardless of it, no matter what, I still tried hard and I worked hard. And the funniest thing is, and I really have to say and shout out to one, I have to shout out to this one guy, Shaolin Kamikaze, who has honestly, believe it or not, just for being a client, kind of helped me get out of my comfort zone with a lot of these customs that I've really, I feel like I could do better, but I feel like I've done so good, and the joy that I have of being able to give basically my art to someone else. Because I always look at a custom action figure I make as a form of art. I'm painting it, I'm sculpting it, I'm doing all these things to it. Excuse me. And, you know, seeing the DMs and the text messages and stuff like that, that brings me joy. Being able to interact and talk to people and communicate with them online and, even in person, it's such a great feeling for me. Um, and I'm not someone who really likes, you know, I don't like being given things. I like to work for what I have. I like to put in the effort for things. I don't like being given things. And if I'm given something, I better make sure like I've worked hard for it, and that is what it is to me. And I'm so thankful for, you know, Shaolin, one of my clients so much, and I'm also thankful for my friend who, uh, a lot of you guys who have watched the live streams may know him as Majins. Um, I've known him for 10 years. We do get a little loose with our mouths on the live streams. Like we say some very outlandish stuff. Mainly he does. I'm not even gonna lie. It is all him. He's the one that says it all. I tell you, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna put him on the spot because he's my homeboy. But he says some very crazy stuff. Uh, but nah, he's my best friend. Um, you know, I've known him for so long, and knowing someone, right? Like you have your family and stuff like that, but knowing someone who isn't family for that amount of time, and then kind of growing a bond that becomes a very, is a familiar or family-like bond. You know, this guy's like sat in a call with me and told me like he sees me as a brother. He sees me, like I'm like the embodiment of hard work and stuff like that. And while at times I don't really feel like I've, you know, been deserved to be called that sometimes with some of, sometimes I feel like I kick myself too much and I, beat myself down. But I have to realize, right, like a lot of the things that I have done is hard work. I'm definitely not a great drawer, or, I can draw, just not perfectly. Not the best custom action figure maker. I'm not the best, 3D modeler, this, that, and the third, but I always try my best, no matter what, with anything and stuff like that. And I think the biggest thing, right, that I had to get over was fear and being scared and stuff like that. Being afraid of things, being scared to, just do things that like I need to do, step out my comfort zone. And that is what I'm learning to do. Um, it's been hard sometimes, especially being like a COVID graduate. Like I graduated during COVID and it was pretty hard finding things like a job and stuff like that and all the other things. Like, you know, it really wasn't fun, especially in my area. I just hated it a lot. In a point in time where I just didn't even want to do anything. I kind of wanted to throw in the towel. I wanted to stop making action figures for people. I wanted to stop doing customs. I wanted to stop doing YouTube, right? Because, like, nothing was working at the time. Nothing was working. It felt like no matter what I did, no matter what I posted, it just wasn't enough. Or it wasn't enough. And, if it felt disheartening because I felt like while I'm doing things like this person, I'm always comparing. Then I realized, like, no, just be original. Do something that other people do things people haven't done. Do things that people may have done years ago and do it better. I've seen people make, DMC Virgils, DMC Dantes and stuff like that and yada yada yada. I've seen people do them, but I always want to give my own take on them, or just take the idea and try to make it better and work off of it. Or even with like the Ogre custom I made, that was very much inspired from a guy named Voidwalker Customs. But I wanted to do different things. I wanted to go the full 3D printed route. I wanted to do the light green and then add the muscle shading and stuff like that. Which the guy also has that too. I did things a little different with the hair. It's just things that I see that inspires me. And, I always give credit where credit is due. I always try to give credit when I can. If I can't, I do apologize, really. But it's just, I think hitting this milestone of 1,000, which to many people is like small and whatever, which it really is. It's not whatever, but it is small. But it's something that I'm proud of because it shows me that, like, there is a good payoff, like there is something there. Like I really did work hard for this. To entertain, and not just entertain, but inspire people to like do their own customs. And that was my whole goal. I think that's kind of my whole goal in life, is just to inspire people to do more, inspire people to, find what makes them happy and whatnot. I think genuinely, doing this makes me happy. And granted, it's in the form of making and, doing commissions for people. I genuinely enjoy it. I just, for a while, I think maybe like a year ago or two, stuff happened. I'm not gonna say too much, stuff happens, heartbreak happens, people passed away and stuff like that. And, I felt very down, but I didn't want to go back to how I was prior to that, where all I did was just eat all the sadness away and this, that, and the third. Especially since that basically turned me, I got bigger. And I got too comfortable, which wasn't good. And, I could say I regret it, and I could say I hate myself for it, but is that going to really change anything? No. So, for the most part, for a majority of the time, I've really been working hard on, getting things that I need and studying for myself, and of course the commissions and whatnot and stuff like that. And I really, really don't think I'd have been able to do it if I didn't constantly work hard on YouTube. Because aside from, custom action figures, I would like YouTube to be a job. I would like my YouTube to be a job. And for the reason being, to motivate people. you know, not on some like fitness guru thing or this, that, and the third or whatever, or to sell you anything. No, it's just for you guys to see a genuine person and them just talk to you guys about, you know, life, like honestly, just life. Because most of the time with content and with me with content, with the videos I watch, I don't watch YouTube. I just listen to music. And if I do watch YouTube, it's either Anthony's Customs or Papito Loco, because Papito's funny, and Anthony Customs, I like his reviews. And that's another person that actually kind of like inspired me, Papito and him, is because Anthony's Customs been around for so long, and I loved his Mortal Kombat customs. I don't know if he did Halo. I know he did Terra from Kingdom Hearts on the Play Arts body Batman, made by Tetsuya Nomura. And those, like, I wanted to make stuff like that. It's expensive though, but you know, I always find a way somehow. So, you know, I'm proud of myself for that. But I just liked I liked his reviews, because it's coming from both a like professional, like objective, like, hey, like this is the good, this is the bad, you know, the rating system, this, that, and the third, like how Anthony Customs does reviews, and just Jay Hernandez too. I like his reviews as well. They're really long, but I think both Anthony's with the short review, not too short, but like lengthy enough to like really get y'all to like, if you want that, like to get his point across, like, hey, if you want this figure and this is how it is, get it. And I just like how Jay just basically just really shows that like artistic side to, you know, stuff like that, which is something that really boggles my mind with the community, is because like, you know, action figures can be cool, but they can also be seen as childish. Ooh. Excuse me, sorry. I'm probably gonna cut that out. They can be seen as cool, but they can also be seen as childish, because it's like, you know, grown men posing action figures, taking photos. But I always like to look at the artistic view of things and stuff like that. And I mean, even in the, like my pastime, like just pastime and stuff like that, I like looking at drawings. I like looking at a lot of old sculptures and stuff like that, and studying, like visualizing and studying like anatomy on the body and stuff like that. Because I do want to make my own stuff. I do want to make like my own 3D printed stuff and whatever, but that may be a long while. Like, I know I tried doing a Broly kit and I canceled that. I canceled that Broly kit because I didn't like it, and there wasn't a very good blank body that it could be consistent with, because blank bodies go out like crazy. So I didn't want to sell something that just wasn't going to do good, which is why, you know, I kind of just stuck to like, if a head sculpt needs to be printed, DM me and I can see what I can do, or a weapon or whatever. And yeah, but I feel like with, you know, everything I said and like my real main motive and purpose for YouTube, I'm gonna keep working hard, you know, to just kind of like, I'm gonna be open but not too open, you know what I mean? But to kind of just show you guys like, hey, like I'm actually a person, and I have things that I enjoy, I have things I don't like, and stuff like that. I am proud of myself for being consistent with the gym and also trying to get my eating habits under control. I'm not too vocal on it, but well, I'm not too vocal on it, but like I am religious, but I am like trying to, you know, get back into it and really be more in tune with that and whatnot, because that is something I grew up with. That is something I actually care about and whatnot. And I don't want to live a life with, you know, being like, saying I regret these things. I want to live a life where I can say like, I have done these things and I have moved on from these things and I have become a better person because of these things. And that's what I want to do. you know. And for the people that I've met along this way, from YouTube to Instagram and stuff like that, online to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 online versus matches and stuff like that, a lot of these people have molded me into the person I've become today. And I'm very thankful for that. And I want to show not just myself, but to you, a person can change, you know, and that there are some things that in people deep down that a lot of people don't know, because people bottle up and, you know, all this stuff like that. But I want people to see like genuine human progression, not just, you know, something so superficial and this, that, and the third. I literally stay away from like when I go to the gym, I stay away from any sort of supplements, anything. I don't take any creatine. I don't even take steroids. I'm not even a fan of that stuff at all. I don't take creatine. I don't take any of that stuff. It's literally just, you know, I do my routine. I go to the gym, go to work, go home, whatever, you know, stuff like that. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to do, you know. And with this channel, I mean, yeah, I play I play games with my friend, and we live stream and we just kind of bull crap on there and stuff like that. But, you know, I just want people to really, you know, I guess see a genuine person, see, like, you know, just raw moments and whatnot. Like, that's why I don't edit my videos a lot, because I'm just like, hey, you know, I'm gonna mess up. So I mean, I'm not gonna bother cutting out certain things unless it's like really annoying to me too. Excuse me, I had like a yawn and cough. That was weird. But that's why I'm like, I always make my videos just really raw. It's because I'm just gonna show you what's there. Is it professional? No. I do edit my videos a little bit, but it's just how it is. I mean, I don't know. That's what I like doing, and it could be seen as lazy, but you know, I mean, people like it somehow, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, it's been a long journey for me. It's been a long ride. Again, I have to really say thank you to, you know, Mahajins and Shaolin, my mom and my dad, because, you know, because I mean, like, I feel like the most, like, because it, like, my channel is what it is, like, you know, who's like really gonna look at a guy talking about figures? But I don't just talk about figures, I make them, and I don't see him just as action figures. I see him as, you know, art pieces, works of art, like my art and stuff like that, you know. And I'm trying to live up to that name I gave myself, because I've had many YouTube name changes, but I really like Sol, because in Spanish it is the sun, and you know how a sun operates, and that's, I think, how I like living my life. You know, there's going to be downs, and then you just always get back up again and again and again. As corny as that sounded, that is true. But thank you all so much. Again, thank you to those 4 people. Thank you to everyone. For real, I really couldn't have done it. My next goal is at least 1,500, maybe 2,000. I just want to enjoy having 1,000 subs and having 1,000 people, you know, be there to see me and watch me grow and watch my progress with what I do, not just with, you know, action figures, but with life and with gaming and stuff like that. You know, I truly, genuinely love you guys, all you guys, so much from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, if it wasn't for my uncle, right, who beat me in Mortal Kombat Deception, I remember the match so vividly. I was playing as Sub-Zero, and he was playing as Scorpion, and he kicked me into this metal dragon, like, trap contraption, and, like, it annihilated Sub-Zero entirely. Mind you, I was 7 when I was playing Mortal Kombat. If it wasn't for him for introducing me to Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball, all that stuff like that, I feel like it genuinely would have been boring. I probably would have been a boring person, you know. Oh, and Soul Calibur. I love that game series too. But thank you guys so much for watching, for taking the time to check out this long video. I love you guys so much. I know it's only 1,000, but it means a lot to me. And I'm hoping you guys will stick around for the more to come. Thank you.